Hi, fiercely bold warriors and bold nation. This is Jillian here, and you know I always dish rich. So I'm going to be your host today, and I am just so excited and honored to be here. It looks like we're streaming live on uh, three Facebook pages, two YouTube pages or channels, and Twitter. So that's like extremely exciting to me. Um, as you know, with Live Fiercely Bold, I am passionate about transforming lives and businesses to really live and work fiercely bold while being compassionately present. That is something that is so passionate to me and why I'm here. And today is kind of exciting because of our topic is called I Do. And I wanted to kind of preface by saying the importance of this is because I have written a book and I'm very excited about it. And it's called I Do, but what do I do? So right now it's in proofreading and edit and on the covers being designed. So I'm really excited that today I'm kind of presenting like a sneak peek at this book that I have written. And it's truly about my personal journey of living fiercely bold. So I think that is why I am just so absolutely passionate about it. I kind of wanted to just, before we get started, I kind of just wanted to give you a sneak peek, and I'm going to see if this will work. I'm going to show you the my Fierce Collection store went live this week on Facebook, on Instagram, on Shopify, and Amazon. So I'm really excited about it. I just wanted to just go through just show you a few products. You can access it. Let me just see if this works. I'm just going to go over here to my full screen. See if this will work. Try this. Add to stream. Let's see if I can do it. Okay, there we go. And let's see. Now I'm hoping this is showing you my website. And what we see here is you just go to Shop Fierce Collection right here, and then you'll be right into the store, and you'll be on the. It'll take you to the Shopify store. So I just kind of want to run through some of these really fun, fierce, and really my hashtag is Forever Fierce. So just showing you some of my collection. Some cute little pouches here, kind of makeup bags. I've got some great backpacks that are really fun, vibrant colors. I've got some little clutches here, both in black and white, a cup, a really great vacuum sealed copper cup with a little lid. I've got a mask, and I've got some really great sports bras. Let me see if I can bring this one in closer because it's super cute. It's kind of just goes with my theme of the really fierce face, and there's even some eyes back here. It's super cute, and I'm really excited about it. Let's just go back here, and let me just run through a couple others. Great hats, sweatshirts, bathing suits, and these cool pencil skirts I'm really excited about in yellow, black, and pink. Some great athletic pants, these really cute yoga leggings, super cute. The front means we can bring that in. Let's see if we can see the front and the back. Yeah, see the front's really, it's got the cute fierce face, and then the hashtag Forever Fierce on the side. So again, super cute. I'm just really impressed with these. Some great tanks, some men's t-shirts. What else we got in here? Got a cute Bluetooth speaker, a great tumbler, a journal, some other like weekend bags, super cute. So that's the beginning of the Fierce collection. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys that. And again, you can just go to livefiercelybold.com and go right into the collection right here at Shop Fierce Collection. All right. So, hey, you guys, take a look at it. See if there's something you would like. Give me some feedback. I'd love feedback. And again, you can also purchase on Facebook and on Instagram and, of course, here at my website. And let me just throw in there while we're here, you know, it is also the home of my 3 master classes, Your Life, Your Purpose, Eat, Love, Organize, and Eat, Pray, Live. So home of my 3 master classes that you might want to also consider. All right, back over here. So let's go back. Hopefully I can just remove this. And there we go. Awesome. Be single here. Back on the single pane. Okay, so I thought we'd kick off. Let's just go through, first of all, let's go through the hashtags that I chose. And someone is saying hi, so I'm excited about that. Hi back. And let's see here. We've got, let's go over here to our hashtags real quick. Let me just go to my hashtags real quick. And we've got I do, wedding, relationship, work, career, job, task, prayer, God, everything prayer, gaslight, user, domestic violence, lies, anger, anxiety, depression, silenced, narcissism, go to your room, rage, friend, be nice, adoration, love, unconditional love, how old are you, budget, finance, and family meeting. Woo! Okay, that was some list going on there. Big list, and I think you can understand that there's like a lot that can be discussed here. So what I wanted to do, just to kind of get the discussion, or just to get this rolling, as I actually wanted to read you the preface of my book. And I'm going to try to do it without tears, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oh, and you know what? I'm wearing my purple. Thank you, Ashley, for my purple beads. We did a women's march yesterday. Well, it was nationwide. actwomensmarch.org or .com. Not sure, but yeah. Great march. Tampa had a great turnout. It was a lot of fun. You can see some of my pictures and things on both Facebook and Instagram, and I was going live there. So thank you again, Ashley, for my purple beads. And then of course my pink beads. So I'm going to start off, and you know, if any of you want to stream, let's see if I can invite, I can, I think. Hang on, let me just see, just stop sharing. Let me see. Invite. Okay, I'm gonna put this in here. If any of you that are out there on Facebook, YouTube, live streaming, and want to come into StreamYard and come onto the stage with me, then here it is. And yeah, so you can hop on over and come onto the stage with me, and I'd love to have a discussion. If you're perfectly happy in Facebook or YouTube, just stay there. That's great. Keep the comments coming, though. I really, really would appreciate those comments and those shares. If after I just read that list of like powerful hashtags, if you know anyone out there that is just really struggling in any of those areas, would you please share this out right now? Share to anyone that you know that could really benefit it. And if you're seeing this after the fact and you're seeing this recorded, also please share this out to anyone that you know could really benefit from this podcast weekly, Sundays at 3, every Sunday at 3, rain or shine, in sickness and in health. I hope. I'll really try to meet that. But here we go. Okay, so we're going to go in. I'm just going to share with you a little preface about my journey to living fiercely bold. So here we go. All right. So I said I do many times and many ways in my lifetime, to a relationship, to a job, to a career, and to marriage. Let's get brutally honest here. What was I saying I would do? I would lose myself. I would misplace my passion. I would nod yes when I meant no. I would make and wear my mask of survival. I would betray my own self. My feminine would be obscured while I survived relationships with no boundaries. My sexuality would be used against me. I would watch opportunity time and time again turn into threat. The threads of my authentic self would have become tattered and torn. The man's world I placed myself in to make a dime would try its best to dim my light. My briefcase was heavy of all the desire, not enoughness, shoulds, coulds, and mights. I did not tell my body thank you for knowing my highest good time and time again, but instead scorned her for being a bad girl, not meeting others' needs. How dare you, I would whisper to myself. In my marriages, I was a wife, but to who? A phantom of my imagination? I thought I was a wife to someone who held my heart like gold, whose words and truths I could believe. Who was I, allowing another to hold my heart hostage as I fought for clarity, but the waters became muddy and stagnant. My clarity was far out of reach. In my careers, and I've had many, those that know me, that wasn't in the book, but I had many was in the book. I always wanted to achieve great things since I was a little girl. I loved my lemonade stand more than anything. Reach for the stars, I would say to myself. I traveled far and wide, East Coast to West Coast and back to East Coast. My resume could be 10 pages, and I struggle always to fit it on 2. I have traversed CEOs that thought they hung the moon, and I was just born a female. I said I do over and over again to lies, manipulation, threat, discrimination, injustice, power, and the unthinkable. I also want you to know I said I do to love, compassion, honesty, greatness, fierceness, boldness, and God. I said I do to being a friend, sister, aunt, mother, and on. I told you my mask was made of steel, beautifully polished steel and unbreakable. Every day I would walk into the world and mask up. I am sure that this is why this global COVID pandemic and masking has nothing on me. So, putting it out there, folks. All right. So, the book has many chapters. It goes very deep, but I just feel like I'm so excited to put it into the world. I'll just read some of the chapters. The first one is courtships and grooming. The second one is, hang on, secret in the walls. Third one's pieces of me. Dreams come true. The negotiations. Let's say I do one more time. The final move. Finding my fierce, bold self. I will do everything. And in closing, livefiercelybold.com, boldnationlive.org, and God, and I will do everything. So those are the chapters in my book, and I just hope that it speaks to so many. I hope it speaks to survivors of domestic violence. I hope it speaks to just women in general struggling to find their fierce, bold self, survivors of sexual abuse, survivors of childhood abuse. The list just goes on and on to who I hope that it will speak to. Just essentially, anyone out there trying to, that has just lost pieces of themselves and dearly wants to find them. So let's just kind of go back through now. I'm just gonna, speak to some of the hashtags that I brought up this week, and I just kind of wanted to just kind of really talk about this topic as a whole, because I'm sure when you heard the topic name, I do, very obviously the first thing obviously we think of is marriage. And I just really wanted to put like a twist on that, which it seems like I like to do that a lot, but I wanted to put a twist in the idea of how many areas in our lives we say I do to, like, unconsciously, I guess is how I would like to say it, like, how much like real thought, and I speak about this a lot in the book about, how much real thought do we give to what we are saying I do to. How much negotiation do we do when we are saying I do? Or do we just I do with no negotiation or no real thought or no real boundaries, no expectations? I think we go into to marriage like this kind of blindly, right? Like it's we do the biggest thing of our lives, which is probably having children and getting married, without really negotiating with one another as to like what that will mean, how that will impact our lives, who will do what, who will do what when, who will do what why. I mean, there's just and I think that this is why so many marriages fail, is because instead of living by this negotiation, like this healthy negotiation that we have made with one another prior, we begin to live by these like unconscious roles that we watched growing up. However, mother, father, husband, wife was modeled to us, is essentially like unconsciously what we take on, because that is the only comfort, that we have or feels natural to us, is when, we're kind of in that space where we are imitating what we learned or what those roles look like. So that is why I just really want to bring this awareness of, no matter what you're saying I do to, make sure that you have really stepped into yourself, done a self-check, and really start that process of not unconsciously saying yes to something that ultimately doesn't serve your highest good, or your desires or your goals or your dreams. Like, maybe it's a part of, you're doing something that is a part of somebody else's goals, dreams, visions, and that'll never work. Nor, like, when I say I do, I'm also kind of talking about the idea of how often do we cross boundaries and other people's lives, and really out of like the goodness of our heart, right? It starts there, but we see someone fall and we want to save them. But who does that really, how does that really benefit anyone? Because you're now interjecting your journey into theirs instead of letting them maybe fall, find their courage, pick themselves up, learn from it, grow from it. And sometimes it's kind of a painful thing to watch, but if you can watch with like support and encouragement, just think how powerful and transformative that can be. Because when we start getting in relationship with others where we're saving them over and over and over again, or rescuing over and over and over again, and yeah, it's from all great, good, heartfelt intentions that we do that. Sometimes not. But I'm just going today with the premise of, it's with all heartfelt strategy that we want to help someone and not see them hurting. So I just kind of wanted to throw that little nugget in there when we're thinking about the I do's, because it is kind of something that we do. Okay. And I kind of wanted to take it to that level, because that is the level that you can think of when you're thinking of everything that you do. When you say I do to that, that means you're committing to that, means you're stepping into that, means you're doing that thing. And that is potentially like a bucket full of things. I mean, we could probably, the things that we say we'll do can be really like our everyday and our all day. That's like yikes to me. Because if we're doing all day, every day, unconsciously, what does that say about our life? What does that say about trying to attain your goals, be your authentic self, have the things that you desire when essentially you're not even working towards that. It's all really great to say, but if we're doing unconsciously and not realize how that doing is affecting our life, then we're really off course, and really off course to living our authentic, fierce, bold self. So I'm going to go back up here to some of our. So we said some I-dos on wedding, marriage. I think we've kind of got that covered. But I don't like to throw something out there that I don't kind of have like a solution or a course of action for you to take to make it better. So here's what I suggest that you like implement immediately. Say minute, can't talk immediately, and that is, which was my last hashtag, a family meeting. So whomever your family is, if it's just spouse, if it's family children, if it's spouse children, if it's mother children, father children, whomever your tribe, your family is, I recommend that you check in weekly. You have it on your calendar. You have it on the same day, the same time, every single week. And what you're doing in this family meeting is you're really discussing your week, your strengths, your successes and your challenges, so that it's transparent to everyone in the family what you're truly going through and how you can support each other. You're going through also like the care of the home, the tasks of the home, what needs to be done, when does it need to be done? I mean, I think you probably have a chore list that's happening all the time, but maybe there's some larger things that are just kind of outside of that weekly, or you're seeing that some weekly chores aren't getting done. So it's a check-in on what's going on, why. I call it in business the bandwidth audit. So when I go in and consult with businesses, the first thing I do is I consult. I do an audit of their bandwidth of their entire organization, meaning each employee. How many hours is the employee working, and how is that supporting their work-life balance? So that is the first thing I do. So with families, I ask you do the same thing with one another. Where are you overworking? Where is the balance of the family off? And so this family meeting is really a really powerful tool for you to work consciously about your I-dos within your family structure. So there might be negotiations, the healthy negotiations that have to happen. And what's a healthy negotiation look like? A healthy negotiation looks like everyone's listening, no one is allowed to speak, and you're saying what you need, why you need it, why it's important, with no interruptions and no someone jumping to solve it, right? So here we're back into that wanting to rescue someone that is maybe having a problem and wants to, negotiate or a conflict, let's say a conflict of time. Maybe a child has a chore that they have to do, or a teenager has a chore they have to do, and they have overbooked themselves. They've overbooked, they've got baseball and I'm going to name a bunch of things. So it's boys, girls, baseball, cheerleading, soccer, school, homework, and all these things that if you had been having a family meeting ongoing, that theoretically you all could have maybe worked out the not overbooking yourself. So I hope you're getting like the power of this. And the last thing that you really want to bring into this is like just some brief discussion about the finances of the family. Something that you might all be working towards, a vacation or a big item that you want to purchase for the family. So these are just really great tools to have. And DM me on Instagram, or DM me on Facebook, livefiercelybold.com, if you need any additional help with this, because I would be glad to like kind of guide you, because I know it's kind of a big topic, but I wanted to make sure that I brought this in because I really feel that the more you have this weekly meeting, the more you personally and you as a family work consciously together, and you don't create I do's that will not serve you and your family. And it starts to be a real practice. So I just wanted to give that to you. And I really want you to, when you think about your I do's, I want you to also think about like your job, your career. Is this your gift? Is this your purpose? Is this truly what you are supposed to be doing in the world? And just really put emphasis on taking some time to write out the things that you love to do, what your skill set is, what your talent set is, what you're passionate about, what you dream about. And we do a lot of that. Oh my goodness, so much of that writing and journaling in Your Life, Your Purpose masterclass that I offer. So, I just really feel like I do is about knowing what am I doing? Like, what am I doing in this world? What gift of mine that I came here am I sharing? And does it give me passion? So I really want you to think about the work, the career, the job. Okay, we've got the task. And let's just, because I spoke a little bit about it, but prayer and God. So I believe in a prayer that I do daily, which is, I will do everything, God, you ask of me. I will do everything. I work through him. I am just a voice. So I just kind of wanted to put that out there, because that also is a really good practice about really saying, I will do, not I do, I will do. That is, you are now giving your consent to what you will do. So I've got hashtag everything prayer. So that's the everything prayer. I think the rest are pretty like straightforward. I mean, well, not straightforward, but in all that unconscious, I do, you're going to find it every day, all day. Domestic violence, anxiety, depression, narcissism, rage. You're going to find all of that, because it's just going to exist in that living that unconscious world. So I think that I've gone through, the others are just fluffy and beautiful, right? And for those of you that just get to have that in this lifetime, or get to just live in unconditional love, that you've worked yourself that far and you're living in unconditional love, you're living in love, you're living in adoration, you're living in grace, you're living your fiercely bold self, then that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. But there are so many in this world, especially currently, that are hurting, that really need to be listened to, not judged. I had my podcast last week. with Christy, and we were talking about, the vaccinated and non-vaccinated, really put your compassionate hat on, scarf on, whatever, when you run across someone that has made a decision different than yours. Listen to their story. Have compassion for their story. Have compassion for their why. Have their compassion for why they are saying, I will do this. So I really, in that, I really, hi Tris, hi Christy, hi. Oh, I'm going to type back real quick. Hi everyone. Okay, I just want to share one thing with you before we leave. And, as much as I want all of you to be vulnerable, I want to be vulnerable as well. I just shared tears here, but, I also want you to know that, I did something yesterday that, just these things don't come naturally for me. You might say, well, why? You do this podcast, but, it's really different when you're out in the world and you're face to face. And I had this brochure. I ordered a bunch of these, and I didn't even know I'd ordered them for something else. And I went to this women's march, and I don't know. I don't know. I had maybe 200. I don't know, of these flyers that I had made, and I took them, and I really had to put my bold on. And as we were waiting for the march to start, and everybody was just sitting around, I had this baggie full of these, and I'm like, okay, Jillian, you can do this. Go talk to people. Put your bold on. Speak your speak. Walk your walk. And so I went around and I handed out a ton of these, and spoke to people. Everyone was so kind, accepting, and just like, that is amazing. I got no, how people kind of just go, oh no, thanks. If somebody walks up to you with a flyer, they got not one of those. And they even let me at the event put a whole stack of these on the table of other things that they were giving away, which I was really excited about. But just say that from the position of if you have pushed yourself out of your comfort zone, at first it's so scary, but once you do it, you grow this thing in you that is like, wow, that was amazing. I looked into people's eyes. We all had our masks on. I looked into people's eyes. Something we just haven't done in a long time. I shared a smile. I shared a bit about my podcast, and it was really well received. So it was super encouraging for me. And I just wanted to put that out there, just in closing, that, things will come up in life that just really test your boldness. And I just ask you to just push yourself just a little bit further. And I really ask of you to be really conscious about what you say yes to. Make sure that it is a part of your authentic dream. Make sure it serves you. Make sure it's getting your goals met. Make sure their energy and the time is not draining you. If you leave something that you're completely drained, it was just not the right thing for you to do. And if you're asked to do something and it feels really draining from just the thought, like your immediate answer is, oh, no. Try to go with that a little bit more than saying yes. Yeah, I think that's a really great idea. So that's what I have for today. And my I can't wait till my book is out, and I'm going to need a lot of reviews. So, if I push it out there to you, just, I hope you can support me. Read it, give me some reviews. The more reviews I get, the higher I get on Amazon. I'm also turning it into an Audible. So right now I'm looking at the people that are going to read it, looking at the different voices. There's a company that I'm using to do it. So just asking for your support as I reach out on a new endeavor. I mean, live fiercely bold for me is not words, right? It's not words on my website. It's not. I mean, yes, it's words on my website, but it's not just words on my website. I mean, it has meant that I serve the world this way. I serve businesses this way. I was able to generate a website. I was able to generate a merch store. I was able to generate a book, all out of this co-creation with God in living fiercely bold. So if I can do it, and I'm 58, okay, 58, I'm going to be 59 here in a month or two. If I can do it, any of you can do it. No excuses, nothing. All right. Well, boldies, bye for now. But what I am starting, and I just kind of wanted to announce that I used to have this podcast on Wednesdays. I moved this one to Sundays. But on Wednesdays at 3 p.m., I'm going to do a business podcast. So I'm going to if any of you have businesses, you want to learn more about creating a bold business, I have an Ops 360 strategy that will literally blow away any business and accelerate them to greatness faster than anything they could ever implement. So I really encourage you. A lot of the discussions will be around that, just being around Ben with audits, work-life balance, what their culture is, what their vision is, what their mission is, what their values are, all that. So I'll be giving away a ton of free information to businesses. And so if you have a business, you know of anyone that has a business, 3:00, I will be streaming live just on Wednesdays, just the same way. So you can share any, however you found this, you can share this same link, and I will be on Wednesdays at 3 to build a bold name. I mean, to build bold business, which is part of building a bold nation. So, a bold nation is both in personal lives and in business. So that's my deal. All right, guys. Well, I will see you next week on Sunday. And if you want to learn anything about biz, then I will see you on Wednesday at 3 p.m. All right. Bye for now.